Welcome to Endless Dark, an existential horror roguelike game where you assume the role of a robot custodian on a spaceship, responsible for caring for humans in cryosleep and managing the aging vessel during its journey to the destination. The game immerses you in a relentless battle against the suffocating monotony of repeating the same tasks over and over again, pushing you closer to the edge of madness. And in this game, the madness always triumphs. If you find this introduction somewhat interesting, please check out the game yourself. I think you'll really enjoy it. Now, this isn't a review or an in-depth exploration in the themes of Endless Dark. I'm not remotely qualified for that. I'm simply here to gush about how this relatively short and unique game, even in its unfinished state, completely captivated me with its intriguing lore, cool concept, and charming visuals. Please note that this video will contain spoilers about certain story arcs within the game. I encourage you to buy them and play the game yourself. Now, let's dive into the video. The game begins with you, Robbie, a short little robot custodian given two simple tasks. Go to the observation area and gaze into the endless dark. As you do, you encounter random events that can provide buffs or debuffs. After that, we return to our charging station and power down until the next turn. The next turn awakens you to various repair and cleaning pings from the ship itself. It's all easy work for our little guy Robbie, but as you explore further, you come across inaccessible rooms, locked doors, and areas for which you lack authorization to. It's very, very strange, isn't it? As the custodian, you should have been given full authorization for maintenance and cleaning, but I digress. After that, Robbie returns to his recharge station and powers off for the turn. And that is the complete gameplay loop. You go around the ship repairing and cleaning and exploring, which might be a turn-off for some, but for me it's very, very interesting. In the next cycle, you may notice that we have three little bars in the bottom left corner of the screen. These indicate fatigue, stress, and psychosis. That's right, our dear Robbie is sentient, and too much of it will take its toll on him. Just like anyone else, he gets tired from work, experiences stress, and can spiral into psychosis if things go really bad. Now, we have to balance Robbie's wants and his bars with our necessary tasks to keep the ship running. Make him too tired, he'll get stressed. Make him stressed, and we'll have a mental breakdown on our hands, which is really, really bad for the ship's longevity. Now we must deal with Robbie's mental breakdown. I choose option 1, which is to force a purge of Robbie's neural networks, which reduces stress by 80 but increases psychosis by 20, which we already had a little bit, which throws us over the threshold of 25, which now will give us a debuff. This debuff was called malicious noncompliance that lowers reliability by 20 for 5 turns. It's not too terrible, but it can still basically ruin our run if we're not careful. After the purge, Robbie visibly deteriorates, becoming more disheveled as his psychosis meter edges closer to the breaking point. Nevertheless, we persevere, fixing broken components and cleaning leaks until we return back to the recharging base for the cycle, until we are recalled again. And then Robbie awakes with a jolt, being electrocuted by something that went wrong during his last charging period. Robbie, being the sane custodian he is immediately presents us with 3 options. Number 1, he goes back to work, which increases his stress levels but has no significant consequences on anything else. Number 2, we investigate who tried to kill us, trying to find out why it happened, leading to a considerable increase in psychosis, which I want to avoid. 3, we find out who tried to kill us, resulting in a passenger's death but relieving a significant amount of stress. I, being the sane one here, chose the 3rd option, and Robbie, in violation of every safety precaution imaginable, loads a cryo chamber into an airlock and jettisons it into outer space. After that event, we return to the repetitive cycle of repairs and cleaning, repairs and cleaning, repairs and cleaning, until I, the smart boy I am, decide to overclock the engines, which causes too much stress and psychosis and kills Robbie. Yep. Robbie fucking dies because I decided to overclock my goddamn GPU. Robbie's mission comes to an abrupt end. Unable to cope with the burdens of being a custodian, he breaks beyond repair, most likely for the betterment of the ship's longevity, of course. He's already disregarded so many safety precautions and caused a passenger's demise. We can only hope that the next one's better. As Robbie's servos and CPUs violently shut down for good, we can hear the replicator in the back, beginning its work to produce another Robbie, hopefully better prepared for the hardships ahead. And that concludes the journey I had in this game. I know, it's abrupt, it's really not that satisfying, and it's kind of stupid, but this whole video has already been a jumbled mess of praise and recounting this whole thing. I thought it would be kind of funny to end it on such a shit note. I apologize for that. It's challenging to discuss. It's also challenging to discuss story beats when a game is still in such early access that there's only 4 story arcs, and I honestly don't want to spoil them for you because they're a lot of fun and I find them very, very interesting. So if any of this caught your ears, caught your eyes, I highly recommend you go play this game. And yeah, that's it. Have a good day.